Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for Legends of Tomorrow, and the last part to the DC TV crossover. So let's start talking about this episode. So here we finally get to see the Dominator story come to a head, where we see Vixen, Nate, and Mick get kidnapped by these government people, and they learn a little bit about the Dominators and why they're doing this. It's because our heroes' superpowers have changed things in the future, in the past, and they don't like that idea. The government doesn't really like our heroes, but also wants to kidnap the Dominators. So that's pretty much the whole first half, is our Legends team dealing with that, and then our other half of the team also trying to deal with the Dominators and just destroy them. And they have their big battle by the end, and then they celebrate, and it's nice that Supergirl gets a little token, that way she could come back or communicate with the other heroes from our Earth, and I thought that was a nice little gesture. And there's a lot of nice little Easter eggs in the end, that like Ray saying that that Kara looks like his cousin, which is an Easter egg towards Superman Returns. I like that. And it was nice just seeing the Trinity together, which is the Trinity of the DC TV universe, you know, hugging it out and showing that they're friends. And even Barry and Oliver just, you know, being bros and going to a bar, hanging out. So I like that it kind of got a little bit more chill in the end of the episode, and just showing the important bonds of our characters and the new bonds that were being created. Either it was through the Legends team, through Oliver and Barry, through Supergirl just connecting to all these new people. I thought the ending definitely was the best part of the episode. But I will say, I think Legends of Tomorrow was kind of a weaker episode compared to the other three. I know some people might say Supergirl was the weaker episode. I would say Supergirl is the weaker crossover episode, because it wasn't really a crossover, but I thought that was a stronger storytelling episode. Here, I think because the Dominators do come to a head here, that's when it gets a little weaker, because they weren't very strong villains. Because what made this crossover great was the character interactions. It wasn't really the Dominators. They were just kind of there for the plot. And that's okay. You know, that's an okay thing. But they focused so much on the Dominators and the government aspect that I think they took a little bit too much time in this episode, and it should have been like the Flash episode, where it's just more about the character interactions, which, like I said, you get towards the back end of the episode. But I also like that you do have some legend stories going on, especially Stein's story, and I guess the theme of time travel, or the consequences of time travel, and the consequences of having superpowers and playing God in some ways. And it's a nice journey through Stein, figuring out his relationship with his daughter to really figure out the consequences. And obviously the consequences of Flashpoint come into this story, and also recreates the bond of Cisco and Barry in this episode. But I really hope we're going to see more of Stein's daughter. I heard that we are going to see more of her in Legends of Tomorrow, and I wonder what part she's going to play, because she is good with nanotechnology, so maybe she'll be connected to Ray in some way. I think she would be a great addition to the Legends of Tomorrow Wave Rider, and I'm hoping that we'll get to see that connection between her and Stein. So I thought that was a really nice, I guess hidden story, because it wasn't part of the bigger picture, but it was a good story just for Legends in general, and I guess, again, the theme of the whole entire episode in general. So like I said, it was a weaker episode with the actual crossover part. I was upset that Thea wasn't in the episode, but I also understood that she had a bigger part in the Flash and obviously last episode. But it's a shame that she gets kidnapped and mind controlled, so she does all the bad stuff with the aliens and have to deal with that, but doesn't end up going to the party. That's sad on her part, that she didn't get to party with the superheroes. But it's nice, again, to have this kind of Justice League type event. Even the president, like, honoring our heroes. Yeah, you know, like I said, also, the ending was so good, with the interactions, and it makes you excited for whenever these characters get to hang out again. So those are my thoughts on the Legends of Tomorrow part. Overall, I really like this crossover. It's definitely better than the past two. I think there's been two. It's better than those, because I think this, even though there was more characters, this was able to have all the characters have a part in some way, even if the main story was a little weak and there were some fumbles in the storytelling with some parts. It was still overall a real fun trip that you will want to watch this again and again, because this is everything you love about comic books and superhero television shows. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there are links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. And guys, we will be on Mixlr tonight at 10:30. It's on my Twitter if you want the link, talking about all 4 parts of the DC crossover with all the DC podcasts. So I'm really excited about that, to go in depth about these episodes. So I'll see you guys later. This is Comic Uno. Bye.